All right.
It lasted really long, and it just kept shaking and shaking and shaking.
For Staff Sergeant Scott Dietrich, the 4-minute earthquake that rocked Japan was one of the first he'd experienced.
The earthquake happened, and my cell phone lasted long enough for me to post on Facebook that I had felt the earthquake and that there was a tsunami warning. And then the electricity went out and my cell phone went out.
And it would be several hours before family and friends would hear from Staff Sergeant Dietrich again.
I knew that should there be any relief efforts or anything going on, that we would be a focal point for it. So I tossed my uniform on, went into work.
It's the giant voice system.
Staff Sergeant Dietrich captured this verbal evacuation warning sounding across the city. Those warnings, a call for his unit to start prepping for the rescue teams about to come in from all over the world.
It was fairly chaotic. Some of the family members were actually kind of scared to be home by themselves because they were worried about another earthquake.
So those families gathered at the military base. Here's a picture of one of Dietrich's fellow airmen taking turns feeding his 1-month-old baby girl and directing people where to go. And the whole time, the crew dealt with several more powerful aftershocks.
So we have aftershocks that you can feel pretty much probably 2-3 times an hour.
This is my house shaking from an aftershock from the earthquake we just had this morning.
He was finally able to get a hold of his mom in Pennsylvania to tell her he was okay. And now he's helping to coordinate rescue operations to keep other families safe.
This is the kind of stuff that you're glad you're there and able to help.
And Staff Sergeant Dietrich tells us Misawa suffered only minor damage compared to other parts of the country. But with Sendai about 4 hours south, the airbase is a major hub to get supplies to some of the most devastated areas.